whole different person because she could have died, but she didn't die. Like so maybe that's her reason for developing this alter ego. Like Gretchen. Gretchen was the person before she got struck by lightning. And then her waking up from her coma or whatever, being in the ICU, like made her, like she became a different person. So that person that she became Gloria Hayes, right?
Yeah.
And then
it's sort of like what we were saying. There is no such thing as originality. There's just.
So what would you say about a novel? Because a novel is an author. And he writes the novel. He has his name on it. He has his own thing on it. You know what I mean?
But it's just like sort of what Gretchen's doing is just like, it's like the whole copyright thing. It's just like
because of the exhibits that she's using from other people. I imagine.
Yeah, she's using like the exhibits. Like she said it herself that they're from other people. She doesn't have it there. Like it's this person's. Oh, it's that person's. And she's giving us her book to deform it however we want it, make it whatever we want it.
Not like original novels. Like original novels are like. You can't really do that stuff. You have to read it and explain it and understand it the way you want to.
There's that quote that says, what is it? The quote that says something, that's in the beginning. It was in the beginning of the book.
The idea of the whole book within the book doesn't really have to do if it's too complicated, because I'm thinking about it, it's going to be a little complicated, but we could break it down into 3 parts, which you said, the table of contents. Here are the letters from Gloria and Gretchen.
Which is her brainstorming, like the whole idea.
Oh, we could put the contact at brainstorming.
I found it.
Right? Brainstorming towards exhibit. And then the definitions for deformity. Definitions of deformity. And then the exhibits. Like, those are going to be the 3 basic contents of it. Right. You know what I mean? And then we would like to tell the people, read through the book that we created from what we thought what she's been doing. This is our idea of the book. Like you said, anybody could take it in a different way, but this was basically our whole group took it this way.
Right.
Why?
Because we
deformed the whole book.
We broke it down, like we ripped up the pages, and then we created a new product out of the already made project. But in a sense, I don't think, like you said, it's not original because we're using her and
other people's work.
Yeah.
Because there's other people's work. And that's what I was thinking about novel. Novel just has one person you doing their work out of their own thing, not using anybody else's. Maybe your experiences, and all that stuff, but they don't go into depth with other people's work,
Right.
I can't really use it. Do they give me permission kind of thing? And she created the whole website so that way she will be able to use it,
It's just like when you're writing an essay. It's like you read something and you get their idea, you like their idea, and like you develop your own idea from this idea, and that's why you cite them and you say, oh, so and so said this. This is why I think that this is, this is the reason why I think this way. Or, you have to create your own idea from theirs.
Yeah. How about you, Sheree?
Well, I don't know. I think the whole point of what she's trying to do is to unlearn how to read. Because right here she's saying the gallery could help readers unlearn how to read. And then what can be unlearned if a reader closes the book in frustration, doesn't read at all. So if we make it into our own book, we're making more people interested in it, and then they're gonna read it instead of
they'll have
closing in frustration.
Yeah, they'll have an idea to understand it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, because I seriously looked at this book. I was like, what the hell?
Yeah, it took me a while, honestly. I was like, what is this bullshit?
Dude, I'm not gonna lie, the first time I read it, I was I didn't like it. I hated it. And then I didn't know, I got to this point where, I started reading it, and then it was oh, go to this page, go to that page, go to this page. And then right when I got to a page, and then it didn't say where to go, and I was just what do I do?
And then
so I just closed it, and then I opened it. And then I felt uncomfortable, sometimes when you would run into the same page that you already read, and you go through the same journey again, and it takes you to the same dead end, and you're just what now?
Yeah.
Exactly. But
yeah.
now that we
with this book, sorry, go ahead.
Oh no.
With this book though, that's why I think she says it's choose your own adventure.
Yeah.
Kind of to instill for you to be oh, I'm interested because I get to go wherever I want with this book. There's no order.
Yeah, but every page takes you into something different. It doesn't take you into something that Choose Your Adventure book would take you into. Like the whole plot, see all that stuff.
But she said that she purposely, like, everything is not scattered here. Like, everything has a purpose. It's not just randomly put in there. Like, it's like, you know.
I think she randomly put the pages randomly.
I did too.
But she didn't do the choose her own adventure randomly. That's for sure no.
Yeah.
That's for sure no. The pages scattered randomly, for sure. But the choose your own adventure wasn't random.
How do you know that she didn't write it or that she didn't format it the way we are trying to understand it? And then she just put it all mixed match so we can try to understand it. You know?
Yeah.
How do we know she didn't do that? Because, you know, the writer, the person, you know, they're just writing, they're just doing, they're just putting it in the order that they think.
Well, we know it has no structure.
It could have had a structure at a certain point in time when she was.
I don't know.
Well, probably, but then after she's like, okay, let's not do this, and then let's do this right now, because this has no structure. Period, does it? And so that's what I was thinking.
I don't think that there is one because I think she wants us to just kind of make it whatever we want, like make it our own, like structure it the way we want it to, you know,
the
way we understand it.
Yeah, exactly. So she leaves it to us, like. Yeah, she says, well, there it is in order, but it's in order, but it's purposely out of order. And she's giving us the option to, like you said, put it into the way that we understand it.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
that's either visually, like through like illustrations, or that could be in like the typical like book structure, which is
And this goes back to this goes back to like what we were saying about like. You know, how when we're forming our new book, it's sort of like we're taking away it's just like critical thinking, I guess, because it's like now if you think about it, everyone is mindless. Like we don't think about anything. Like we don't like.
We want everything.
Yeah, we want
like,
easy.
We want
to give it to us.
Like I was thinking about that because my stepdad's a land surveyor, and you know back in the day. You know, like they used to have to do the math on their own. You know, they used to have to do calculations by hand. They used to have to do math on their own. And now you study all that math, but you just do it on the computer. You just put the calculations on the computer, and then it gives you the points. So it's just like, you know, we are losing the. We lost the concept. Yeah, and then like I'm not gonna lie, that's why I dropped my critical thinking class because it got hard. Like it just like. You know, there was a lot of things that they were like, okay, you know, do this, do that.
Brain exhausted.
Like, what? Like I don't get it. And then like it's just like we're losing critical thinking. So then it's sort of that's what she's doing with this book. Like she started like here, find your own way.
Okay, and so we
yeah.
did find our way. So you could say that we did find a way. We did find a way to understand the book.
Yeah, but then you see in our book, the book we would make, we'd tell the person how to read it. You get me? Like we'd tell them, oh, read it like this, read it like. We found this out on our own. You know, like she didn't tell us. The only thing she told us was not to follow the rules.
So this is our critique. This is our critique of the book, our critical thinking of the book. So it's not really, we're not really telling the people read it. We're to really telling them this is what we found from the book. We don't want to do that because we don't want to tell people read it this way, right? You don't want to inform them either.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
I
So it's gonna be more as like this is our critique. We're not gonna say this is our book. No, read it. No, this is our critique of a book, and it's the way we understood it as a group because we do understand it like this as a group, right? Yeah. So it's not just one person, individual having different experiences. We all have the same experiences. Not like the other group, like they had different experiences with the book and everything. And I would understand why because every page is different. Every page takes you into different things, into different mindsets. Like the monster thing. Who's your monster?
The book.
The book.
The gallery.
Yeah, different people would have the different mindset with the monsters and all that stuff. But then you break it down we broke it down into categories, into little areas, the letters with the deformity, and then the gallery, of course. The gallery could take you into anything. But what about the rest of the pages where the letters and where the definitions, those were left out, and the other project, you know, they were left out. They didn't use that. You know what I mean?
Right.
Why not use it? So we're using everything with it. The gallery. Yeah.
I'm excited.
But
I'm excited to present our stuff.
And the gallery could take you anywhere. So and that for sure.
I remember, I don't know which page,